Again, thank you all for attending this morning. We are so delighted to have you all here kick off the race weekend. Who's ready? I'd like to take a moment to recognize our local city officials who are here today, starting off with our wonderful Mayor Rex Richardson, Councilwoman Mary Zendejas of Council District 1, Councilwoman Suli Saro of Council District 6, our city prosecutor, Doug Halber, and City Manager Tom Modica. Again, thank you all for joining us today as we kick off what is sure to be another exciting race weekend. To get started, I'd like to welcome our Long Beach Mayor, Rex Richardson.
All right, thank you. Race week is here, the 51st annual Long Beach Grand Prix. Are you ready for this race weekend? I know I'm ready. Good, and today we're here to celebrate the 20th anniversary of our Motorsports Walk of Fame. This is an incredible tradition that we have, that we've kept up, and we get to honor folks who've made contributions to the Long Beach Grand Prix that have made it so special and iconic all across America as the longest running street race in North America, second largest anywhere in North America. So it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. We want to welcome you here to our beautiful downtown shoreline. We're going to recognize a number of special guests. We have two remarkable inductees today. Alexander Rossi, let's hear for Alexander, and Mayor Bob Foster. Once a mayor, always a mayor. That's right. Before we dive into the excitement, I want to take a moment to acknowledge someone who will be deeply missed this year. As you know, we lost a true legend, a powerhouse, a champion for racing, the sport of racing, and for Long Beach. So let's recognize Jim McCallion, founder, president, CEO of the Long Beach Grand Prix Association. Jim lived and breathed this race. He was just a generous and a great person. He was a friend to so many. I was honored to call him a friend myself. He was a visionary, a beloved friend, and this weekend meant everything to him. His presence leaves a hole that it will be difficult to fill. But we all want to take our moment and just think about Jim today. So I want you all to join me in a moment of silence as we recognize and honor Jim's memory as we open this very special weekend. Thank you. So those of us who knew Jim know that he would have absolutely insisted that we carry on this tradition that he loved so much. So today we celebrate him by doing just that. We're carrying on this tradition. So welcome to the kickoff to Grand Prix weekend. Today we're thrilled to induct a racing legend and a former Long Beach mayor, two incredible people. I'll tell you, I had a chance to talk with Alexander, and he's a new dad, so he's embarking on a new race. How many months now? 11-month boy. He's going to be spending some time chasing after that young man, a future racer, a future potential Motorsports Hall of Famer. And obviously our mayor, Bob Foster, who I came up in the city when Bob was mayor, just a titan, and just, not long ago, we all came together to celebrate Mayor Foster's life, and you'll hear more about Mayor Foster in some time. And we're very fortunate that we have Kenny Foster here, Mayor Foster's son, and the family who are here with us today. The Motorsports Walk of Fame is brought to life through an award-winning partnership between the City of Long Beach, the Grand Prix Association, Visit Long Beach, and the Long Beach Convention Entertainment Center. Let's hear it for Visit Long Beach Convention Entertainment Center. All our folks who make this possible, let's show them all some love. And I will say personally, there's truly no weekend like the Long Beach Grand Prix. Yesterday, I was with mayors from across Southern California for a ceremony recognizing a mayor. And I was fortunate because I said, it's race weekend in Long Beach. Not every mayor knows what that means. I know what that means. And those mayors are a little bit jealous that they don't have a Grand Prix the way Long Beach has a Grand Prix through our beautiful city streets, like Jim would say, a 200-mile-an-hour beach party in the city of Long Beach. I'm sure you've heard Jim say that. And so we know that fans travel from near and far to watch world-class racers do what they do best. This excitement doesn't stop on the track. It is broadcast to 200 different nations worldwide. It's a weekend of family fun, unforgettable moments. It all starts right here with this ceremony. So I want to thank all of you for being here today. I want to offer our congratulations to our honorees. And now I want to welcome up the council member who represents our incredible downtown, Councilwoman Mary Zendejas, to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Long Beach, Vibe City. Whether you're here for the first time or you're a Grand Prix veteran, we are so very glad to have you with us today. This race is something truly special. It's America's premier street race right here on our streets. And every year, it reminds the whole world why Long Beach is unlike any other city on the planet. We're talking world-class racing, incredible energy, and a weekend packed of fun for the entire family. At this event, it doesn't just thrill us every April. The Grand Prix is a powerhouse for our local economy. It supports our small businesses, creates jobs, and brings hundreds and thousands of visitors straight into the heart of our city and our community. It's a win for Long Beach every single year. We are so thrilled to induct Bob and Alexander and enshrine the legacies that they have left in the racing world in our city's sporting history. So today and this whole weekend, please soak it all in. All of the sights, all of the sounds, all of the speed, because that's what Long Beach is about. Enjoy Grand Prix.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name's Tom Modica. I'm your city manager here in the city of Long Beach, and I get a chance to talk a little bit about our former mayor, my friend, Bob Foster. Many of us knew Bob. Some of us knew him as Bob, some of us as mayor, some of us go way back with him. But I want to talk a little bit about what the Grand Prix meant to him and why we're so excited to honor him with the Motorsports Hall of Fame. So, for those that didn't know, Bob Foster served 2 terms as mayor of Long Beach from 2006 to 2014. And it was during some of the most difficult times we were having as a city. We were going through the Great Recession. There were a lot of difficult challenges that we were faced with. But there were some very bright times as well, and the Grand Prix was certainly one of those. Bob fell in love with the Grand Prix way before he was mayor. He started coming in the early 90s. He loved the speed, he loved the people, he loved the atmosphere and the competition. He loved cars, didn't love the noise. He complained about that a lot, how loud it was every time he was down here. But he loved this event too. So he would be the one giving honors to others, and he oversaw about 20 different honorees during his tenure. And then as mayor, he saw the economic impact of the race and really the chance to put Long Beach on the world stage. We keep our mayors incredibly busy during Grand Prix weekend, as you heard the mayor say, so both with official race events, but also with all the things it takes to welcome people to our city, to go after major businesses and conventions, and Bob did that very, very well. He would hold court everywhere he went, always starting with Skip Kiesel's event, his friend, on Sundays, moving over to Steve Goodling's event to work with all the different conventioneers, and then all through the day helping put Long Beach forward. During all the years that we worked with the Grand Prix, he was also looking for improvements. Bob always had that mind of how do we be better, and so he would always press us to be more efficient with the race expenses, with city services, for acceleration of construction and takedown, and he was fascinated with the exacting nature it takes to put it all together. In fact, he even got to serve in 2013 as the honorary construction foreman for the Grand Prix, because he loved working with his hands and loved the complexity of all this. One thing that was that Bob got to do it took a couple years, but he was really excited to go 180 miles an hour in the IndyCar two-seater. So some of us have been able to be in a pace car ride, and that's an experience you'll never forget. But the IndyCar two-seater is a whole different level, and that is a really rare experience. And so he asked and he asked. I think he started by asking by saying, "I'm going to drive it myself in the IndyCar," and we said that's probably not going to happen. But then his day finally came, and so we got him into the suit, the space suit. He called it the Gumby suit, with a lot of complaining as we tried to fit him into this suit that didn't quite fit for him and his unique proportions. But he got into it, and he got into that car, and he was ready to go. But the special thing was his driver. It was the one, the only Mario Andretti. Took him around. So Bob talked about that over and over and over again, until he got his own Corvette. And then he talked about that, and you'll hear more about that later. So not all this was the fun stuff. There were times where we had to deal with some problems, and Bob was never one to shy away from that. He always took on major challenges, and there was a time when F1 wanted to come to Long Beach, and we had to make a decision. Are we going to go with F1, which means we would lose this race? And Bob was adamant, we need to look at the opportunities. You got to look at those when they come, and we ran a full competitive process. And in the end of the day, this is the race for us. This is the one that made the most sense for our community, benefited the city the most, was the longest tradition, and they earned it fair and square, and it's been that way ever since. And so just in conclusion, Bob, if he were up here, he would be saying all the words in the world about Jim, his friend Jim, and just his love and his admiration for him. He would miss him dearly, and they had a special relationship. So in a full circle moment, today we get to honor Bob just as he got to honor so many others. And so in the words of Bob, he would say, good luck to you. So good luck to all of you. And help me now welcome up Bob's son, Kenny Foster, who will accept the award on behalf of Bob and his family.
Thank you very much. Thanks. All right, welcome everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank Jim McKillian, the godfather of the Long Beach Grand Prix, for making this honor possible for my dad. Jim was so excited to have my dad honored this year, and every year my dad and Jim had so many fun times. If you look online, you'll see pictures of them laughing together. It's pretty awesome, and Jim is dearly missed. I know I'm accepting this award on my dad's behalf, but I have other Fosters with me and others who may want to be Fosters someday. My amazing mom and the former First Lady of Long Beach, Nancy Foster. My daughter, Taylor. Hi, Taylor. She loves to be called out. My oldest son, Bobby, and his girlfriend, Michaela. My youngest son, Ryan, his girlfriend, Chloe. And my fiance, Gabby, who's been my right-hand lady for the last 4.5 months. There's been some tough times. Thank you. My dad always loved fast cars, and he loved the Long Beach Grand Prix. He called it the biggest event we have in this city every year. In 2010, he took his 1998 Corvette for a full lap on the Grand Prix track, going over 130 miles an hour on Shoreline Drive. After getting out, he said, where else can I go 130 without getting a ticket? So he was really happy about that. This induction would have meant so much to my father. He would call my late Grandpa Dar Parnelli Jones because he got in so many automobile accidents. Well, Dad, now you're enshrined with Parnelli Jones, Mario Andretti, Al Unser Jr., Juan Pablo Montoya, Alex Zanardi, Will Power, and this year's inductee, Alex Rossi. I say that's pretty damn cool. For my family, this is more than a circular piece of bronze in concrete. It symbolizes the hard work of a man who loved Long Beach, and he loved this event. This is something tangible that me, my mom, my 3 kids, and their children come visit for years. From the bottom of my heart and from all of my family, thank you for this amazing tribute to an amazing dad. We love and miss you, Dad, and we are all so proud of the legacy you've left for us. Thank you.
And for the record, we have Councilwoman Suli Sorrow from the 6th District and our City Prosecutor Doug Halbert joining Kenny to honor Bob Foster. So huge congratulations to the Foster family, and Nancy, thank you so much for being here and sharing Bob with us all those years. It means the world to us. And so at this point, I want to turn it over to our new CEO and director of the Grand Prix, Jim Lau. And Jim has just stepped in seamlessly. It's been an amazing experience with him and his team. And please keep him and all of his team in mind, as they are not only putting on a race, but also grieving the loss of a true family member. And so we appreciate Jim and all the work that he's done to keep everything running so smoothly, and look forward to his leadership for this going forward. So let's bring up Jim.
Thank you, Tom. Good morning, I guess almost midday. Thank you for coming out. As the mayor stated, this has been the Motorsports Walk of Fame is a great example, one of many examples of a great public-private partnership between the City of Long Beach, the Grand Prix Association of Long Beach, Visit Long Beach, and the Long Beach Convention and Entertainment Center. We set the bar for what cities can do and what's an example of across the country. Look, these celebrations are a reminder of people and their impact that shape a sport, that shape a community. I'd be remiss not to add my commentary about Jim McCallan, as one of a small handful of people that opened the doors for me and this fledgling series called Formula Drift that I co-created, and my fledgling motorsports career. It was people like Jim that opened the door, that supported up-and-comers and gave them the opportunity. Those are foundational moments and things that are everlasting, and that the impact is wide and is broad. But let me get to what's at hand. And I want to celebrate our second inductee, who just in less than 24 hours will be racing down these city streets. He began his racing career at the age of 10, racing go-karts, won multiple national and international karting championships by the age of 14. He moved to Europe at the age of 17 with the goal of competing in Formula One. Made 5 Formula One starts in 2015. But in 2016, he returned to the United States, joined the NTT IndyCar Series, won the 100th running of the Indy 500 in 2016, the first rookie to win since 2001, and the first American rookie to win since 1928. Here in Long Beach, in 2018, started from pole position, took off to a 9-second lead by lap 34, led 14 out of 85 laps in an impressive race win. Then again in 2019, he would start from pole position again, and even more impressive and more dominant, leading 80 out of 85 race laps. A two-time winner. In his 11th season in the NTT IndyCar Series, 8-time race winner, and 2-time Long Beach race winner, our new inductee to the Motorsports Walk of Fame, Alexander Rossi.
Thank you, Jim. That's cool. It's amazing. I want to first start out by talking about Jim McCallion a little bit. You know, I was very fortunate enough to see him in Arlington a month ago now at this point. And I didn't know he was there, and was able to spend a few minutes with him on the grid before the race on Sunday. And he was such an amazing supporter of every one of us as drivers for this event. And as everyone has touched on, he believed in it so much, and it meant so much to him. And the success that it is now wouldn't exist without him. And when you look at what this race means outside of the Indianapolis 500, this is the flagship event in the NTT IndyCar Series, and that's mostly in part to what Jim has done, but really how the entire city has always embraced this championship and this series, and all of us as drivers who, I think, you don't have to pull the paddock very hard to get the response that this is our favorite race, our favorite street circuit that we get the chance to compete on. And for me personally, being from Northern California, there's always a very special, this place has a special, I don't want to say more special than Indianapolis, but it's right up there in terms of the fondness and the memories that I have of being able to have success here and to be a part of history with the Unsers and Andretti's and Juan Pablo and the people that I looked up to as I was starting my career and advancing forward each year, and then to also join my peers, the people that I'm still racing against, and Will and Hunter Ray and James, and it's something that I think when you're in your career, you don't really get a chance to really reflect a lot on the things that you have been fortunate enough to be a part of and to accomplish. But these moments certainly remind you of that. And I think as Kenny alluded to, you know, him being able to bring his family to honor his father and come and look at something that's going to be here forever. For me now, being a new dad, there's that resonates with me pretty closely. So a huge thank you to everyone who is here today, but also to everyone who is a part of making this race one that we all love coming to each and every year, one that's circled on the calendar, and one that we look forward to coming to for a very long time. So hopefully we can get back to Victory Lane. If not this year, then in the years to come, and enjoy the weekend. It's a beautiful weekend, so it should be pretty amazing. Thanks.
Please join me in a final round of applause for the 2026 inductees into the Long Beach Motorsports Walk of Fame, Alexander Rossi and Bob Foster. Alexander has graciously agreed to sign autographs at the autograph table located at the tent behind. We thank him for his generosity. Again, thank you everyone for coming. Enjoy the race weekend. Have fun, be safe, and we'll see you again next year.